back together.
He took a hard shot into the turn 3 wall head on after going 3 wide.
He brings the car out of turn number 4 for lap number 1 of qualifying here at the Budweiser Nationals, and he will pick up a 14.845. 14.845. Boy, he's got that car hiked up on the bars as he goes into turn number 3. Kind of gets a little more sideways than he needs to. He'll bring it out of turn 4 for lap number 2. With a 15.019. 15.019.
Turn 3 already very slick. We're seeing some guys get loose on entry. The next qualifier on the track, and the number 29. He was one of the faster cars here last night. That is Andy Obertello out of Hollister, California. Obertello was rocket fast last night in qualifying. We'll see what he can pull off here tonight. Lap number 1 in the books for the 29 of Obertello. He stops the clocks with a 14.721. 14721. Obertello looking good on the bottom of turns 1 and 2. A lot of guys running that higher groove. He put her down in the gutter as he does in turns 3 and 4. Works the throttle all the way through. Stops the clock on lap number 2. A little bit faster. 14.529. 14529 for the 29 of Andy Obertello.
All right, race fans on the track now. The number 23 junior out of Placerville, California is Tyler Lightfoot. And I really do enjoy the colors on this car. I like the paint scheme on this car.
You don't miss him on the racetrack, that's for sure.
That's some pretty cool colors. Lightfoot hammers down the back straightaway as he tries to pick up a very good time here in qualifying for lap number 1. Let's see what happens as he comes out of turn number 4. Keeps the car up nice and high with a 16.010. 16.010 for Tyler Lightfoot. He comes to us out of Placerville, California. He'll bring the car down in turn number 3. Keeps about mid-track. Really good line as he comes out of turn number 4 for lap number 2. 15.227. A little bit better there. 15.227.
And driving the 9 XXX, this is Chet Reeves. Chet comes to us out of Bakersfield. Sponsored by RPM Collision Center. That's a good-looking race car. I said it last night. I'm not a big fan of the color green. Chet Reeves always makes it work on his cars. Lap number 1 in the books for the 9 XXX of Chet Reeves goes 15.402. 15.402. Real loose down there in turns 2. Had to feather that throttle to keep that car from spinning out. Hard entry into turn 3, trying to make some time through this end of the racetrack. Drifts to the high side, a little forward bite, stops the clock. 15.629. 15.629. Back on the track. This is the winningest driver in Budweiser Nationals history. Sponsored by Vaca Valley Excavating. He is Bobby Hogue in the 2H. Hogue had some difficulties last night. We'll see if they've got those corrected. He said that he did. Again, he is having some mechanical issues on that 2H. He's not going to take it. 16.800 will be the time he puts on the books for qualifying. It's been a tough weekend for the 2H of Bobby Hogue here at the Budweiser Nationals. They were confident in what they found as they corrected that issue, but evidently they haven't got it right. We're going to move into the Pro Stock ranks on the track right now, sponsored by Bartels Harley-Davidson. This young man right here is 79 years of age. In the number 77, this is Wild Bill Bartels. Had a great conversation with him in the pit area yesterday. He was excited to get in this car. Lap number 1 for Wild Bill. He'll stop the clocks with a 17.343. 17.343. Bartels looking good on the entry. A little bit of a push there at the apex. Drifts to the high side of turn 4. Slings it sideways. Back on the throttle. Stops the clock on lap number 2 with a 16.986. 16.986. Picks up the time there on lap number 2.
On the track now, he comes to us out of Santa Maria, California, the 11X of Tim Randolph. Tim Randolph in the number 11X, the Mariquin car, team car to the 11 of Clay Daly. Randolph getting a pickup lap number 1. He will pick up a 15.844. 15.844. Takes that car kind of high out of turn number 2. Gets close to that KUZZ sign by the wall. He'll bring the car out of turn number 4 for lap number 2 of qualifying here for the Pro Stocks. He'll pick up a 16.281. 16.281. On the track now out of Bakersfield, California. This beautiful number 4. It's the one and only. It's Jerry Stewart. Jerry Stewart out of Bakersfield, California, carrying that famous number 4 as always. He'll make lap number 1 look good. Here as he comes in hard in turn 3 out of 4. He'll bring it up the track for the white flag. 15.784, 15.784 for lap number 1. Stewart keeps that car high in turn 2. Keeps the RPMs down, keeps her jacked up in the rear end. Oh, a little bit of bobble, heats the brakes. Brings it out of 4. Let's see if he can get a little quicker time. Ooh, no, he's 16.086, 16.086.
And driving the 21 JT, this is Justin Crockett. Talk about a beautiful race car, Brian. This guy here really stands out at the racetrack. Crockett comes to us out of
Arroyo Grande.
Arroyo Grande, California. Beautiful race car. Lap number 1 for the 21 JT of Crockett. He goes 16.305, 16.305. Very high out of turn 2, nearly up against the backstretch wall. Looking good on his entry through turns 3 and 4. Back on the throttle, onto the main straightaway. Stops the clock here in lap number 2. 16.136, 16.136.
On the track now, race fans out of Coalinga, California. Driving that beautiful number 50 is Chris Smith. Chris Smith, he comes to us out of Coalinga, California. Smith hammers down this back straightaway for lap number 1 of qualifying here at the Budweiser Nationals. Will bring that car to turn number 4. Keeps it high and wide. He'll pick up a 16.129, a 16.129.
What a great entry on turn 1. Really set himself up for a good run down the backstretch here on lap number 2. So far, the best looking entry in this division for the Pro Stocks. Lap number 2, he'll stop the clocks at a 15.872, 15.872.
That'll bring him up to 3rd fastest in qualifying. And on the track now, out of Arroyo Grande, California, as he debuts and will retire, I guess tonight being his last race out of Arroyo Grande. It's Devin Crockett. I've watched this guy race for such a long time, and it's a pleasure to be here for his last race. And he'll pick up lap number 1 of qualifying here for the 33rd annual Budweiser Nationals. He'll pick up a 16.211, 16.211 for the man out of Arroyo Grande, California, Devin Crockett.
You'd almost think that was Billy Moyer on the track, Brian.
You know, he's had this scheme on all his cars, and I remember from a young child in his second lap, it looks like a 15.819.
Good lap.
Yeah, that'll bring him up to 2nd on the charts for a 15.819 for Crockett out of Arroyo Grande, California.
His last race, he's retiring after tonight.
Yeah. Everybody seems to know this, and I don't know nothing. That's what I said.
The Pro Stocks, a very unique division. They look like late models, but there's a lot of difference between those two cars, Brian. The biggest difference, the tires underneath those cars.
Well, what a lot of people don't know, that car that was just on the track was a late model converted to a Pro Stock.
And I'm sure a lot of these guys are, but, they make great Pro Stocks and set of rules. This is a great way to go stock car racing on dirt at a fairly affordable price tag.
Yep. On the track now, he comes to us out of Bakersfield, California. And I don't see the transponder reading on this car. But I usually know that it's either Mayhem himself or Matt Mayo Jr., so... Nah, there we go. It's Matt Mayo. Matt Mayo in that 13M car.
16.474 on lap number 1, 16474.
He'll pick up a 15.874, 15.874 lap number 2.
Driving the number 68S, sponsored by B-Tough Magazine, Motor City Throwdown. This is Billy Simpkins, the Simpkins family, legendary in the state of California when it comes to dirt track racing. They've been in the game 4 or 5 decades, going back to his father. Lap number 1 for the Kid Simpkins, 16.289, 16.289, looking really good through turns 1 and 2. Got a great run out of 2 down the backstretch. Look at this entry into turn 3. Touches the throttle just a little bit, gets the car set, back on the hammer out of turn 4. Stops the clocks. 15.821, 15.821. That is good enough for 3rd fast on the speed chart.
All right, now on the track now, race fans out of Bakersfield, California. It's the 54. It's blazing Brady Bell. Bell, wow, he got that car wound up. He comes out of turn 2. Kind of got a little crazy out of 2. Keeps it up high, keeps the RPMs down as he comes out of 4. He's determined to pick up that Budweiser guitar. His lap number 1 will be a 16.588. 16.588 for lap number 1 for Blazing Brady Bell.
Brady Bell, a former champion here at this race. He's got a Budweiser guitar on his rack.
Lap number 2, he'll pick up a 16.261. 16.261.
On the track now. We met this guy last night for a little bit. He was over at Denny's off of 7 Standard, and he said he was going to bring it, and he just brought it.
He brought it all right.
43K from Santa Maria area. It's Dave King Jr. Last night, his little boy, we sung him happy birthday. He turned 8 years old, a track champion on the coast in his mini dwarf. So it was cool that we got to sing to him. And you know, Dave King said some strong statements last night.
He had some things to say, there's no doubt. Lap number 1 for King. He'll throw away 30258. But you talk about a large personality. This guy here is a lot of fun to hang out with.
Yeah, he was a whole lot of fun with that King Concrete sponsored machine. Sending it on the high side, keeping the throttle wound up. Better than the last one. 16.489. 9th fastest.
On the track now. Out of Watsonville, California, it's the 11M of Clay Daly. Daly in the second car for Mariquin as he brings that car out of turn number 3. Keeps it down low on the track.
Goodness.
Let's see what kind of time Clay will pick up. It's 16.446. 16.446.
Look at the entry with Clay Daly behind the wheel of this car. He is backing this thing in halfway down the street. You'd almost think he was driving a sprint car.
Yeah, he's setting that thing about halfway down the back straightaway. Second lap, 15.900 or 988.
15988 for Clay Daly.
On the track now from from Arroyo Grande. No, this is the C5. Sorry, this is Wayne Kaufman. Wayne Kaufman, his crew brought some hats for us to be tossing out to the fans tonight in this C5 machine. Him and Frank Nyback both got white and red cars and both number 5. So it's a whole lot of fun. First lap for him, 16.499. 16.499 for Wayne Kaufman. Kaufman sends it up by the camera, adds banner, throws a little dust on the Bud Light, and across the start-finish line once again, 16.584. On the track now, the 11, Donald Riley. First time I've seen him out here this year in the 11 machine. Nice to see new cars out here. We'll get more information on this gentleman, I'm sure, throughout the night.
17.498, 17498 for the, is that the 0 or the 11 of Riley?
The 11.
That's the 11 car. It almost looks like a 0 from up here in the Mike Mosier Tower. He'll complete his qualifying effort here on lap number 2 with a time of 17.080, 17080.
Now on the track, the other white 5, none other than Frank Nyback in the 5N machine. Nyback, one of the coastal inhabitants.
What a run through turns 1 and 2. Great entry on the 5N.
Real good through 3 and 4 as well. Feathered the throttle just a little bit. No time. Not coming up on the... Well, lucky for him, I guess, because he's not coming up at all on his transponder.
Did not get a qualifying lap on him officially.
So
may have some transponder issues on that race car.
Yep. So Nyback gets nada. And that looks like it completes our Pro Stocks. C&D Contractors and Developers Bonding Western Pro Stocks completes that qualifying session.
Now Doug Ryan just stepped out on the racetrack, saw him slip a little bit. Somebody may have left some oil up there on the top of that racetrack. And that does...
You can still see it coming out on the exit of turn 4. If you look just past that white and red sign, Corey, on the ground. White and red sign in turn
Yeah,
4.
absolutely.
You can see a
That's
little bit of